What's up, guys? This is That Salty Guy, and we are back with another salty review of this thing, the Logitech Artemis G933 7.1 surround sound gaming headset. Once again, I'd like to do an unboxing for you, but I wanted more of a hands-on approach, so I'm going to take this box and just set it to the side. As you can tell, I do have them around my head here. And I'm going to take a different approach this time. I'm actually going to go over the headset first and the quality of the build. And then we'll talk about some specs, and then I will show you the software that you are going to need to actually use these. So let me pull these off here. So this is what you have here when you pull it out of the box. They are very tight. Very tight, really don't feel like they want to flex all that much, which is a good thing and a bad thing. I do know that if I pull too hard, there is a clicking sound from the headband right here. It doesn't sound too good. So let's get into this real quick. When you open the box, obviously you're going to have the headphones, and then you have wires for just about connecting to anything. It basically says, hey dude, buy me and I'll connect to whatever you want me to connect to your console, to your PC, to your phone. It's got wires for everything. So when you take it out of the box, you got these come off right here. The dongle, the wireless dongle thing, is actually underneath one of these, okay? These are magnetic. They come off. As you can see, the dongle would have been right there, but it's sitting on my computer. All right, so right here is where you charge it. And don't be an idiot like me. When I first got these and I plugged them in, well, I didn't turn them on, and so it really didn't install right. So the computer was like, F you, dude, I don't know where they are. So I had to uninstall everything, plug the dongle back in, hook these up to charge, and turn it on really fast so that it downloaded properly. So don't be an idiot like me. Or you can be an idiot like me. Whatever floats your boat. All right, so charger here. You have a 3.5 millimeter jack here. This is what you'll use the wires that it comes with to plug into your console controller or your phone. You have a lot of buttons here, a lot of programmable buttons. Hopefully you can see them on my camcorder here. Each one of these are right now, they are already, they come pre-installed with certain things they're going to do. They're all programmable, so you can change them to do whatever your function you want. Personally, I'm a simplistic person. I like simplistic designs. For me, the buttons have really just kind of gotten in the way, but maybe they won't for you. Up here is the power button. Self-explanatory, power button. You have some RGB strips here. I should have mentioned this is RGB. I actually don't mind the RGB. It's very vibrant, and I hope to show you here in a second. All right, on this side here, you got the battery right there, right? And we're gonna we'll talk about the battery and the specs. And that's about it. All the other buttons are pretty much on one side. So I guess at least they keep it on one side and don't spread it around. So let's talk about the build quality of these. And I compare these really with Razer's version, the Razer Manowar, which I did a review on. And the build quality, in my opinion, while plastic, is better. Okay, it has a more solid plastic feel. This right here is, it gives the appearance of metal. I don't think it's metal at all. I think it's just it's plastic, and they just give the appearance of metal. But it's a rounded plastic, so it feels a little thicker, feels a little better. But in the end, it is plastic. But I do feel that it's not as clunky. It's definitely a lot smaller than the Razer Manowar. Not as clunky. Definitely a little heavier on the ear cups. But I actually don't mind that. I don't feel that heaviness when I have them on. The ear paddings is a very porous material. I actually like it. It's you get the immersion. It cups your ear perfectly, very tight, very, very tight. Actually, when I first put them on, it was actually an unpleasant tightness, but over time they've stretched out a little bit, so it's not so unpleasant. But there was a lot of pressure in the beginning on the head. Then like I said, it's a very porous material, almost like microfiber, something like that. I can wear, the first time I put them on, I wore them for like 3 hours, no problem. No issues with heat, not like that. Very, very, very comfortable. The pad at the top, if you can see it, it is very nice. Very, very nice. It's nice and thick. You're definitely not going to have plastic rubbing on your head with this thing. Very good as far as comfort. I really do like them. Also, the ears do twist, but as you can tell, when I shake it, they're not twisting on their own. You know, they are staying rather stiff, which over time they'll probably break down a little bit, but we can't talk about that because I haven't had them for a long enough time. But right now they are stiff, which is good. The Razor's version right out the box, man, they were all over the freaking place. I mean, so let me put these down and let's talk about, one more thing here. Yes, it has a microphone. Where is it hiding? It's hiding on me. Here it is. So there's the microphone, okay? It pulls down, hides, pulls down, pulls out. There you go. And we're going to talk about the microphone. And I'll do a microphone test, of course. There is also a mic mute, but really, once you put it up, it mutes itself. So really, I don't know. Do you even need the mic mute? Volume is right here. Should have said that earlier. I find the volume very nice. You can either roll it fast, roll it slow. Overall, pretty good. The drivers and these things. Let's get to the specs. Let me put these down. Grab my trusty tablet here that I, have all the wonderful specs on here. So let's talk about the specs. All right. So these are only 40mm drivers, which I do find it disappointing. Comparing sound between these and the Man-O-War, I felt that out the box, the Man-O-War sounded way much better. But what makes these better is the way they cup the ear is you're going to get that full immersion. And when you're listening to something that has a 7.1 surround sound, immersion is really everything. No matter whether you're watching a movie, you're doing music, gaming, whatever you're doing, you don't want outside noise distracting you. And the way these ear cups are designed is going to stop outside noise while letting your ears breathe. And that's, I love that design. All right. The frequency response, these are the headphones, of course, is 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, right? I'm not going to really, sensitivity, impedance is 39 ohms passive, 5K ohms active, it's really going to matter to you. Let's get to the microphone. It is a boom microphone, but it is also unidirectional, so one direction, which is pretty good. But like most gaming microphones, they're always going to pick up sound. They're not professional microphones like the one you can see that I'm talking to out of the corner of my mouth here. They're just not made to automatically reduce ambient noise, in whatever situation you are. They're just not made for that. All right. So, like I said, unidirectional, one direction. Frequency response is 100 hertz to 20 kilohertz. Let me see. It is a cardioid polar pattern. A lot of mics are. Not all mics, but a lot of mics are, which is pretty good. Now I do want to talk about the range is pretty typical. Like I said, I've done the same. I actually made it farther with these ones, not by much though. I mean, I made it. Let me see. I went around my living room. I went around into my kitchen. I think I went down to the hall and into the kids' bathroom to use the bathroom with them on. And yeah, I know that sounds kind of gross, but I'm going to test all lengths I possibly can with these things. And they cut out like when I was in the bathroom. So, I mean, pretty good. Okay, here. I'm going to set this down here. Let's talk about the battery life. Where this thing fails, where these fell, let me pick them up here. Where these fell is the battery life. Razer's battery life on theirs was insane, man. I mean, it was just really, really good. Really, really good. For, a company like Logitech, who has been in the business for a very long time, man, I really don't understand the battery life of these things. It's really, really, really bad. So bad that if I turn these on right now and I turn on the RGB, it's going to literally cut my battery life in half. No joke, I just did it a minute ago. I was at 7 hours left. I turned on the RGB and it dropped it down to 4 hours, right? And then I turned them off and I lost an hour. So it went back up to 6 hours. So really horrible on battery life, man. Really, really bad. These things bleed power. So in that department, well, like I said, I'm going to show you the RGB. Let me see. I'll turn them on here. I'll show you the RGB. I really do like it. It's more vibrant. See, here we go. You have the LED strip. You have the logo. Very vibrant colors. I mean, compared to Corsair Void and the Razer ones, a lot more vibrant color, but at a cost. And the cost is severe, 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 man. Severe battery life. So, I'm going to transition now, and we're going to go through the software. And when I do the software, I'm actually going to use the microphone of the G933 so that you can hear the microphone. And while I go through the software, I'm going to talk about the microphone. All right? So, here we go. Let's transition over that way to the computer. All right, guys, we are back, and you are now listening to the Logitech G933's microphone. And before, as you can tell in front of me, I have the gaming software open, which you will need to download. But let's talk about the microphone. And once again, I'm comparing this microphone to the Man of War's microphone. Now, the Man of War's microphone, I found that it had a tinniness to it, but it also had a warmness to it. And when I talk about these microphones, understand that I am listening to myself and I'm going based upon that, not what I'm actually recording right now in Audacity, because it might actually sound a little different. But what I hear in my own ears between the microphones and the Razer had a little more of a warminess to it. With this microphone, I feel that it has a flatness to it, but a clearness to it, which took me by surprise when I first tried it out, because I really expected it to be, well, honestly, shit. And having it as clear as it was pretty good. I had no problems with it. I guess you still have to ask the question of, what can you do with this microphone? Really, how good is it? How clear is it? Well, yes, you can talk to your buddies on TeamSpeak. I think it's just fine for that. I think it's fine for Skype. I think it's fine for all the normal things that to do with these. Now, would you do commentary? You know, I might be tempted to. I don't think it's going to do very good, but because of its clearness, there's a possibility you might be able to edit it enough to bring the sound up. It would be definitely something that I would have to try, an experiment that I might be willing to try. I don't know if I will, because while it has that clearness, it is very dull. But I think at least it gives you a little more to work with if you want to try that experience of editing it to see if you can get a better sound. All right, but enough about the microphone. Let's talk about the software. Once again, this is Logitech's gaming software. You will need to download it to gain functionality of your headset. So, and you can do that straight on their website. Not a problem, not a big deal, easy to do, right? So this is what you're going to be greeted with, right? A nice picture of your headset and everything else. And as you can tell, you can click right here. See how my little mouse clicker has turned into a nice finger saying, hey, click on me.
And if you do click on these, this is where you can, as you can tell, I have games at the top. These are games it recognizes right now. Pretty sure there's other ones. You can do a search, create your own profile, do quite a lot of things. And this is the stuff that I think right off the bat Razer software should have had. Okay, this is where I feel that Logitech did go the extra mile, and you're going to see other things. But right now, as you can tell, it says that right now this button is assigned to cycle your EQ. This one is the surround sound on and off. This one is to cycle effects. Okay, you can change these. Like I said, see right here, you have a long list of things you can do if you feel like changing them. I'm not changing nothing. I'm leaving it as it is. You can also do per game profile. That's what these are for. You can, pick a game and assign EQs, assign button, whatever you want to do, man. You want a special, like if you play FPSs, you can assign a special EQ just for that. But we'll get into that because Logitech kind of beats you to the punch, and we'll get there. But anyway, like I said, you can assign EQs, whatever special profile you want to your special game. All right, so let's move on. This is where you will control your RGB. And you can have it breathe, cycle color, solid color, or you can do your own custom lighting, brightness, rate, lighting effect. This will control the logo on the side or the strips, whatever you want to do. All right, you can set up a profile, right here, whatever you want to do, okay? This is your battery life, as you can see right here. So let me turn the light on if you watch this, and let's see how much it goes down. So let me go to my setting, because I'm pretty sure I have something set already, or I think I should, right? So let me see here. Did it go on? Did not go on. All right. So let's turn these. See, it goes back to, okay. Let's go to cycle color, and see. Look. It automatically dropped down to 4 hours. It's telling you how much the lighting's using, and right now if I was to charge it with the max charge, it would be 7 hours, right? That is horrible, man. Horrible, horrible, horrible. The Razer Man&War has way better, way better battery life. So let's turn those off. And you can see that it goes back up. I gain about 2 hours, max charge 12 hours, and 12 hours still, man, is horrible, horrible, man. I just feel Logitech dropped the ball on this with a company that has been in this business for a long time. I really expected better, way better on the battery power, man. They're no novices to the gaming industry and just the whole computer industry in general, Logitech's been around a long time. No excuse, Logitech, you dropped the damn ball. Fix your damn batteries. All right, let's move on. This is where you do your EQ. See, as you can tell, I have my own preset, okay? This is where I think they went the extra mile also. I have no idea why Razer didn't have this. Razer's motto, for gamers, by gamers, went over this already. They already should have had shit like this in their software, okay? Because it is a headset marketed to gamers. It is. And these two headsets are at the same price point. This headset right now, I think as of yesterday, when I checked Amazon, it was at $170. Okay, usually I think it retails for close to $200, which I don't agree with any of that, man. I mean, that's like freaking overpriced bullshit. Even at $170, man, it's really steep. You really want that wireless and that 7.1 surround sound to go with something like this, So as you can see, they have an FPS mode, which you click on it, hit save device, it will change the EQs from, it'll raise the mids up so you can hear all those nice little footsteps and stuff, and maybe CS:GO or whatever your shooter of choice is. MOBAs, a flat, drop the bass, cinematic, communications. Like I said, I set my own EQ, and this is what I like, a little bit of everything, little bass, little highs, little mids, good to go. And I think they could have added more, you know. But the fact they did add an, a first-person shooter, MOBA flat, or these two as far as game modes, maybe they felt that it encompassed everything. No, there's many genres of gaming. Could have added more, but at least it's there. At least they went the added mile. All right, so let's get up here with these levels. See, volume, mic, side tone, bass and treble. Well, I don't really ain't messing with that. So side tone, this took me a while to figure out, and I didn't figure the side tone out until I actually turned on the microphone and was like, all right, let me play with it, see what it does. And it basically, side tone allows you to hear yourself when you're talking on the microphone. And I don't know why they just didn't name it something else, but they named it side tone. So at least it's there. At least you can monitor yourself, and that's good. Okay. You have your volume, the microphone volume here with a mute button, or as you could say, you can call it gain if that's what you'd like. I prefer to go by gain, as you can see, current microphone gain level, but basically gain level is like volume. And I have it set to 60%. Let me see, I'll bring up Audacity. You can see me talking right now, as you can tell. See, it's not peaking very hard. It's actually pretty low. And if I could bring up the Mana Wars, you could see that at the current, at the same levels, the Mana War was definitely peaking a lot higher. It was a very loud microphone for the settings. And, having a louder microphone is not always better, especially if you are going to edit at all. Actually, bringing the volume lower is better because you can, do everything else you need to do in EQ. You can add it, raise it in EQ or whatever you need to do. So adding more gain isn't always better. The more gain you have, the more noise you can possibly introduce into your recording. Okay, I'm not going to go into any more. I might save that for when I actually do some mic reviews for you guys. Okay, so now we got the EQs here. I do have automatic microphone noise removal. Any chance at, obviously it doesn't allow you to adjust it like the Razer headset does, which I actually like to adjust it because, is it actually going to distort? How much are they, how high is that actually trying to remove? We don't know. It doesn't show us. So I do have it on. I have tested the microphone prior to this, so I find it's okay. I mean, it's all right. It doesn't remove everything, but that's good though. I want you to hear when you listen to this, what is the mic picking up, what isn't it picking up. I am in a living room right now, so is it reverbing, echoing, whatever? Okay. So let's get to the next setting. This is your 7.1 surround sound, which this is another setting I just like, man. I like it. It's a simple setup, but it gives you so much more control. Razer, man, why couldn't you do something like this, man? Gosh, ugh. So you have your 7.1 digital Dolby surround sound. As you can tell, that's what I have it on. It is enabled. You can adjust it per side, I do believe that this is virtual. I don't think that this is actually true. 7.1 surround sound. Don't quote me on that, but I do believe this is virtual, just like most of the gaming headsets. You also have DTS headphones. We can click that over. Obviously, you can't hear what I'm hearing, but you have DTS 7.1, and you go super stereo front and super stereo wide. I've tried them both. I don't like either one of them. I just kind of keep it on that, and I'm a happy camper. I have found though, when listening to vocals, they sound weird. They sound really weird with the surround sound on this headset for some reason. I don't understand, but the vocals do sound kind of weird. All right, those are the settings. I'm going to get out of here. I hope you enjoyed the review. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this headset. Do you own it? Have you had any problems? I am worried about when I actually put these on. I get that popping in the top like I was talking about. That does worry me. I don't know if that's supposed to do that, but if that snaps, because this is all a plastic build, and even when you expand it to fit your head, all that's plastic, man. And plastic's not very durable. I would have enjoyed metal better. You would think that they would get some hints from Kingston and their builds, man. Their build is awesome, but they didn't. Definitely cheaper builds, more profits. That's kind of what I get from these companies these days, but that's another topic for another time. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let me know what you think down below. Do you like them? Do you hate them? Have you had problems? Let me know your experience if you've used these for any extended amount of time. Drop a comment down below if you're thinking about buying them, man, and what you found by looking at the competition and what you think, are these worth picking up. Anyway, guys, hit that thumbs up. Remember to hit that subscribe. It helps the channel, man, so I can continue to do this. As always, this is that salty guy saying, stay salty, my friends.